Hello, friends. So, we have seen how the telecom industry in India is getting shocks time and again. The adjusted gross revenue is the latest shock which has been there over the past couple of years, and it has been aggravated with newer and newer decisions and understandings of AGR. The liability of the uh, the amount of money which the telecom companies owes to the government is very high, uh, more than 1 lakh crore, in fact. So, and it is largely, burden is largely on Vodafone India and Airtel as well. Jio does not have much of that. Now, in this context, we see how the decisions are coming time and again from the Department of Telecommunication, from the Supreme Court, uh, which are all against the telecom companies largely, and they need their money and they are giving extension to these telecom companies to pay their debts. On the other hand, the telecom lobby is trying to get more time to repay these debts what they owe to the government, the revenue sharing what they owe to the government, and also to uh, they are trying to propose a haircut in terms of a different understanding of what should be the amount to be given to the government. Now, it may be true that one side may be rightly demanding based on the government, may be rightly demanding the money from the telecom. However, we need to understand from the economics point of view that the telecom industry, the prices they are at which they are offering their services to the people are very low to a minimum, and consumers are definitely benefiting, at least what we have seen in the last couple of years, after especially the Geo entering into the market. Now, in this context, we see how the economy is highly driven by these cheap calls and cheap internet services. And now, with these pressures from the government, first of all, the price is getting revised and all. And secondly, the number of players from the market, the competition will decrease because Vodafone Idea uh, is is being expected to exit the business because of the kind of losses and the revenue sharing burden they have. And maybe the market will be limited to only two players, the duopoly will exist. So the market competition will be highly compromised in the coming future in the telecom sector of India. Along with that, other repercussions of this growing pressure from the government and the sector being unable to survive and not getting stimulated by the government. Other is the kind of interlinkages these companies, the kind of debts they have in the banks, and the financial relations will definitely put a lot of stress in the banking system, which is already stressed with a lot of NPAs, and it will be further exacerbated with further weakening of the sector. So that is also there. And along with these things, we also see the investors, the outside investors, the foreign investors investing in the Indian uh, telecom industry or other industries for that matter, will see the unevenness in the policies, or maybe may develop a negative perception on the life of their investment and the kind of returns they can get. So that damage is also there. So overall, we see a lot of consequences and negative impacts of this more and more pressure from the government on these telecom firms. And the solution what I propose is to have a dialogue and get a method so that these companies can be of going concern, can run properly in a positive manner. Like price revision recently last November is a good move for these companies to become more cash plus and improve their reduce their losses, improve their profitability, and have more cash at hand. So that is one, and similarly, some strategy needs to be defined of how these players can coexist, and with the consumers as well happy, and the government is also not getting questioned for offering very cheap assets to these telecom industries. A committee can be formed, and solutions are required to be deliberated so that in the long term, the industry needs to survive. So the government need not be limited to a single party in this whole dynamics. Rather, it needs to think from the maybe from the Keynesian perspective that we need to keep the economy growing as well. And that duty suggests that they have to see the bigger picture and move ahead. Thank you.